Lucy treated my sister Jan Brady awful. If she tolerated me this much, she tolerated Jan Brady this much. And until recently, when both myself and Jan Brady have cut off Lucy and Ricardo, she has always treated Jan Brady terrible. Like, always puts her down, can never just give her a compliment without giving her insult right away. And so with me, one of my biggest insecurities that I have to this day because of Lucy is my dark circles. For an instance, like, I did put a little concealer on, today, and a little mascara, but that's it. And usually I try not to leave the house without a little bit underneath my eyes, because I do have dark circles, and the last 4 years they're terrible because, the two little ones, I don't even know what sleep is. I literally survive off of 3 cups of coffee a day. And so when I was growing up, if I would come down the stairs and I didn't have like concealer or makeup on, Lucy would always say, "Ugh, you look sickly, godly sickly. You need to go upstairs and put some concealer underneath your eyes and some makeup so you don't look so sick with your olive skin tone. It just is awful." And so when you hear that, as much as she would tell me, it like became embedded in my head that if I didn't have makeup on or even concealer under my eyes or mascara, I looked sickly, I looked ugly, I wasn't beautiful. And so to this day, it's something that, like, if I leave the house, like, I don't really wear much makeup anymore. I don't even have time to wear makeup. I used to be obsessed with makeup. And then when I had my second son, it's like I don't even have time to do my hair and makeup, barely. I hope to get back to that day. But when I don't have it on, it's like I like to wear my big sunnies. It's a huge insecurity of mine. And I'm working on it to just love myself and love even my dark circles. But, full transparency, that's that working on it. And, Lucy, I've mentioned, just love to put you down any chance you could. I mean, I didn't develop until I was like, I don't know, like 16, 17, like really develop. And, I don't know, Lucy just loved to remind me that I, bloomed later in life. And I don't know, it sounds silly, but these are just some of the things that to this day have stuck with me. And when Lucy got upset with you, I mean, she got really upset with you. She would obviously scream in your face, tell you, get out of my face. The sight of you disgusts me. And again, yeah, is it verbal abuse? Is it putting you down? Yes. I mean, she wasn't beating me, so some people might be like, okay, you're so dramatic. Because when I first used to tell my husband this, he's like, oh, okay, so, like, your adoptive mom essentially just said, like, go to your room, your face, like, disgusts me, the sight of you disgusts me, I can't stomach you. He's like, I would have loved if my mom said those things. Instead, my mom beat me. And I would try to explain to him, like, hey, your trauma, my trauma are two different traumas. It's not so much what she said, it's how she said it and how she always said it and how that made me feel. And when you come from where I come from, which is, before I was adopted, I lived in 4 different homes. My godparents raised me majority. And if I wasn't with them, then I was in Puerto Rico with my grandparents or with my aunt and my uncle. So when you don't really know what stability is, and when you feel like you're disposable, especially when your adopted parents make you feel like their love for you is conditional, and now she's basically saying, like, the sight of you disgusts me, get out of my face, and then is just screaming at you and doesn't care to, like, speak to you, and essentially you have to go to your room. Yeah, that fucks with you, because you're like, okay, like, what's going to happen now? Like, am I going to go to a different home? Am I going to be separated from my sister? Is she one day going to drop me off somewhere and not tell me, like, where I'm being dropped off? Can she unadopt me? Like, these are just thoughts. So, of course, into survivor mode. So I would write Lucy a letter, and whatever it was I was punished for, I would apologize, and I would say, like, I won't do it again. I'm so sorry I made you upset. I love you so much. And that became like a normal thing where I would get punished for the most stupidest things, and I would, get talked to like I was garbage. I'd go to my room, I would cry, I would have anxiety, I would have immense anxiety because I wasn't sure what was to come next. And I would write a letter, and then I would sneak it in her room and her, like, underneath her pillow so she could see it when she would go to bed. And then that would help sometimes. But then one day in the morning, she basically told me, don't put any more letters underneath my pillow. I don't want any more. I'm tired of getting these letters. So it's like there was no winning. And for her, instead of seeing really the bigger picture of what the letters or where I was coming from, it was, again, about her and her letting me know, like, I'm in control. You are nothing, and I will remind you. And yeah, that fucked with me. And then, Ricardo and Lucy had a terrible marriage. They screamed at each other. There was no love. There was no affection. I think I've maybe seen them kiss maybe 5 times in my entire existence of knowing them. Hug, probably less than 5. They didn't talk, barely. When they did talk, they were screaming at each other. She would tell him to fuck off or fuck you, and he would tell her to shut up, and he would scream at her, she would scream at him. When we ate dinner, it was a routine. Ricardo came home from work at 4 o'clock every day. He walked through the door, he set his lunchbox down, he went up to his room, he got out of his work clothes, put on regular clothes, went to the dinner table. We all had to sit there and eat together. No one barely talked. And then after that, he would go downstairs in the family room, sit on the recliner until 11:30 at night, and then he would go to bed and repeat. And in that time frame, probably said 5 words to me. And so, yeah, it sucked living there. There was no love. There was no stability. There was no peace. Like, it just went from one chaos to then an awful controlled environment that gave you no stability, made you feel like you were walking on eggshells 24/7. I had to forget my identity. I was constantly told, basically, I owed them for everything. I should be thankful and lucky that they adopted me and that they're giving me the life that they are giving me. And yeah, you just start to ask yourself and wonder, like, God, why this family? Why did this family adopt us? Out of any other family, this was the best option for us? Like, really? I still don't know why it was them. The only thing that gives me peace is that at the end of this story and how this story ends, Lucy won the battle, but I'm definitely winning the war. And if my story can help others, then I'm meant to share my message, my healing, to help others. And then that must be the why to them.